All right, y'all. Are you ready for the next part of this quarantine feast? I hope you've been watching, okay? If you have not been watching, you can catch up right here and click on that, and you get to see some more of the nice meals that we have created for this quarantine feast. I don't want to say meals, but dishes for the quarantine feast, okay? So right now, we're moving on to sweet potatoes, all right? Not no canned sweet potatoes. I went and got some actually yams, but we're gonna chop those up and we're gonna cook them actually on the stove, okay? So let's go ahead and let's get this sweet potatoes on. All right, let's get to it with these sweet potatoes, okay? So all you need for this is the sweet potatoes, obviously, of course. We're gonna have some brown sugar, some butter. Look, I had some pieces of butter from what I was using earlier, so I'm gonna use those. Add in just a little bit of ground cinnamon and some ground nutmeg. So what we're gonna do right now, my daughter was nice enough to peel these for me, so we got them all washed. All we're gonna do for these, because I like to do these kind of like in chunks, so I'm just gonna go straight down just like this. You know, sweet potatoes are a little bit harder, okay? And we're gonna go ahead and just kind of cut these into chunks like this. All right, that's all we're gonna do with these. Let me open this one all the way up by cutting this like so. Okay, so this is all we're gonna do with these. Just cut them up in different chunks. Okay, sometimes I do it in slices, or sometimes I do it just like this. And all we're gonna do with these is put them into the pot, well, the skillet, pan, or whatever you want to call it, and just, yeah, cook them up, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and cut the rest of these, and then when we come back, we'll get those over there into the so to get this going, all we're gonna do on this side, I got them all cut up into chunks now, so we're gonna go ahead and just dump butter right into this skillet here. This is just a little bit of butter that I had left up. I don't know, like, why is this one, you know, I'm gonna put that. Okay, so get this whole one. And you know, when you're doing the butter and the brown sugar, that's like the start of you making caramel. Did y'all know that? Now you do. Now y'all know. Now y'all know. Alright, so we're gonna get that down in there. Trust me, we're gonna use a lot of butter here. Okay. Let me open up this other stick. And get that in there. Like I told you, lots of butter on this part. Okay. There we go. Get that going. I'm gonna go ahead and let that. Alright, so I'm melting this down. Okay, now at this point I am gonna go ahead and add in some brown sugar, not a lot, okay, at this point. I'm gonna add in more later on, but right about now, let's see, this is 1 big tablespoon, this is 2 big tablespoons, and this is 3 right here, okay, just for this point right here. Don't you worry, we're gonna probably be adding in way more brown sugar, way more butter as we go along. Okay, I'm just doing this part now just to see where we are, okay, with this. Okay, so pretty good. Now I'm gonna go ahead and start dumping in my potatoes. Now see, this, when I'm doing mine, I just go off of looks, okay, and then I go off of taste when I'm doing this. I don't have an exact measurement just yet on this. I'm still working on that because I know some people like to have exact measurements, but that's why I'm talking to you as I walk through this, okay, on this. This is called the eyeball method. Okay, so you know we're gonna need a whole lot more brown sugar than this as we go along, but I do want to get the potatoes in here, okay, they can start cooking. Okay, so let's get those in, and as you can see, there are a lot of them, so it's going to take some time to actually cook. All right, it's going to take a long time. Well, I won't say a long time, but a pretty decent amount of time for these to cook because it's so many of them. And I could have did this in the oven, but my oven is kind of full right now. I got that turkey in there, and my son is cooking his green bean casserole that he wanted to make, so that's what's going on over there. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I just want to kind of coat all of these with the butter. So I'm kind of just mixing around to get some of that butter onto all the pieces.
Okay. Okay, there we go. All right, so we got that. And I'm gonna go ahead and add in more brown sugar. Okay, on top of all of this. So we're just gonna sprinkle this all over. Like I said, this is about eyeballing, okay, for yourself. I want it sweet, but I don't want it overbearing sweet. So we're gonna stop after one more, okay? And then we're gonna let this cook and soften up. Okay, I'm gonna cover it and let that work for a little while. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be coming back and forth, checking it, okay? So you see what is going on right now, how it is. I'm gonna let this, put the top on here. I'm gonna let this cook for a little while, okay? And that's the oven, sorry. So I'm gonna let this cook like this for a little while. I'm gonna come back. I'm probably gonna add in another half a stick of butter and some more brown sugar. But I'll let you know exactly how much I'm doing. I'll come back and actually show you that process. But right now I need these to work in getting, you know, softened up a little bit. Okay, so we're gonna let that do what it do for a little bit. And then also we're gonna add in some cinnamon and some nutmeg a little later on in the process as well. All right, look. And I actually don't even think I'm gonna have to add anything else. Let me give y'all a little bit of light so y'all can see. They're coming out very nice. There's actually been only cooking for about 10 minutes, to be honest with you, with it all covered up like that. So I love to have that extra juice at the bottom because that way they can just sit in there while they're like in the refrigerator and stuff, like, you know, for the next days and stuff like that. They can be all still getting, you know, that flavor just inside of them. I tell people the next day is the best anyway, okay? So we still have a few pieces like this one right here is really big. So I'm gonna just add a little bit more brown sugar on top of these, okay? Where's my brown sugar? And then we're gonna add in a little bit of cinnamon and a little bit of nutmeg just for that additional flavor. And then we're gonna cover this up and that's gonna be it for y'all. That's gonna be it. See, it didn't take too much. It didn't take as much time as I thought it was gonna take. So yeah, I'm actually happy with the results of this. Because before, I've done it before and it's taken forever. Alright, so here we go. We're gonna let that go. Like that. Add in this little bit of cinnamon around. Believe it or not, with the cinnamon, it's gonna get down into, you know, the liquid. Alright. There really wasn't a lot. It looked like I was shaking a lot. It's just, it's not hardly coming out. And the same thing with the nutmeg. Just put that a little sprinkle. That's not really coming out either, but there you go. Alright. So those little sprinkles are gonna help bring out the aroma, the flavor on those. Because some of these are starting to get, yeah, mushy. That's what we like. Okay, so I'm gonna probably cover this up for another maybe 10 minutes. And this will be done. All right, y'all, we done. Look at this, it's nice and coated. And we have, look at that, they're nice and soft. The liquid has thickened. So this is actually, and it smells so good, y'all. It smells so good. So we're done with this. I know you hear some noise in the background, so use that. But y'all know I got a family, right? So, all right. So we're done with this. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off and just let it sit there underneath this, covered up, and that's it. Sweet potatoes done.